The rite of resurrection is in the inception of its whole affair. Yako and Mio decide to confront the man responsible for spreading rumors of it in the first place, Hideki Reishi. They find him at his frequent stomping grounds, the Kurikikyo Cafe. Say cafe. Sticker. You know, normally you'd be breaking school rules just by stepping foot in a cafe. I'll be in hot water if you lied about having permission from the police, remember that? We know it'll be okay. So, what did you want to ask me? Well, first of all, I want this. Mockingbirds. Which one's this one? Hey, Robo. What's this one? Sparring Sparrow Bros. Wait, is that a reference to Double Dragon? Blue, red, and yellow? I think it is, you know. A cafe. I've never been to one before. How exciting. It's pretty smelly inside because of the cigarette smoke, but... Inside. We can't examine him. We can only talk to him. About my curse stone. Yako, if you would. Right, we wanted to ask you about this. My curse stone. An Okami mask. That must mean the Fool's Procession. You two were at the school last night. Damn, there are a lot of places. Yako, you're one of them? You're a curse bearer? Please calm down, Mr. Araishi. Your reaction is too intense. It's kind of scaring me. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I got ahead of myself. What is it you wanted to know about your curse stone? What would be the best way to approach this? Let's fucking say it real quick. Let's see. Flatter him. It's just a brilliant teacher like you must know an awful lot about these curse stones. Well, it's true that I'm likely the person most well versed in this matter. You're the only one we can count on, Mr. Araishi. Won't you please help us? Oh, I am now. In that case, there's no harm hearing what you have to ask. Thank you. Let's see. Why is everything with the Rite of Resurrection and 7 Mysteries curse stones happening now? Oh, taken an interest now that you've received one of the curses, have you? Sounds like a researcher starting your questioning with the subject's origins. Mr. Araishi, you're not the one who triggered the curse, are you? No, I'm afraid I had nothing to do with that. Rather, I wasn't even attempting to do so in the first place. Completing the rite itself has nothing to do with my research. Then do you know of the ancient Omyodo ritual known as the Feast of Shadows? What is that? Something from the occult? Miss Kurozuzu, you look like the type to be interested in those things, but it's outside my field of expertise. In that case, what do you think the rite and curses have to have appeared now? I believe this is the intentional work of someone. It's certainly not something that would happen by accident. Why is it you want to know? Well, it may not tell us anything if we say that we're trying to stop the curse. We need to make something up. Right. Well, you see, we just have such intellectual curiosity and think it could really help out your research. See, now that you mention it. Seems like he's reluctant to answer. Then how about... Act kawaii desu? Act disappointed. Oh, we figured you would know since you're so smart. How disappointing. How dare you? Make it sound like I'm stupid. You couldn't be more wrong. Do you realize how devoted I am to this research? Allow me to first elucidate you regarding the author of the Record of Fates. Look at that face. A special privilege, I might add, since I have yet to publish this as on paper. Yeah, okay. Yeah, tell me everything. The Record of Fates was written 200 years ago in the latter half of the Edo period. It was written by a skilled but little known omyoji called Seiman Tsuchimikado. This is important stuff. If nothing else, remember this. Seiman? I've never heard of him. I'm sure you haven't. He was born into a famed Onmyoji family, but split away to practice forbidden arts in secret. He used whatever name was most convenient for the situation, so his real name barely exists in records. Or so it was written in the Record of Fates. Huh. As brilliant as Seimon was, he was also an eccentric. He delved into researching the Rite of Resurrection, a legendary forbidden ritual that had never been completed. However, by involving himself with this forbidden ritual, he was expelled from his family and eventually found himself in Honjo in Edo. The Record of Fates are writings Seimon recorded in the road to Edo. I see. So he wrote how to perform the rite itself? The Rite of Resurrection makes use of an Abe, no Seimon's specialty, the Teizan Fukun ritual, a means of communicating with the afterlife. He uses soul dregs to replicate the soul of a dead spirit that's been called. Wow, I've never heard of something like that existed. Thus, it is thought the only ones who can use it are those with the ability to turn human souls into soul dregs in the first place. So the Rite of Resurrection calls for that ritual to be performed in advance. Then why the soul dregs are gathered and infused with the wish of whoever is performing the ritual, it can be completed. The contents written in the Record of Fates end there. There's no more? What about the 7 mysteries of the Curse Stones? There's nothing written about them in the Record of Fates. The Curse Stones are separate from the Rite of Resurrection. Their curse is one used to enable one who is unable to perform such rituals to be able to use the rite. That sounds similar to what Mio said, actually. Yeah, it does. How are the 7 mysteries related to the rite? Well, he just said they're not. Excuse me, Mr. Oraishi. What is it, Miss Kuruzuzu? You published a theory before the incident took place. It said that the Rite of Resurrection and origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo are related somehow. What proof did you have of that? You really know your stuff, but about that. That was a somewhat sensationalized piece written for occult magazines. Oh really? It was just nonsense then? Not exactly. Rather, it's not a complete fabrication. There is a basis for it. And that is, well, I suppose there's no harm telling a couple students who are passionate about the topic. Thank you. So this is something I discovered from referencing numerous texts unrelated to the Record of Fates. It was just after Seimon arrived in Honjo. There are records of a conflict over a ritual used to resurrect the dead in Honjo. A conflict over resurrecting the dead? I don't know the details. A man enticed the public with claims of a spell that could resurrect the dead, causing a conflict that ended tragically with the 9 dead. That is the only remaining reference. 9 people fighting over a resurrection ritual. I call this tragedy the Honjo incident, and it has long been a subject of my research. And I suspect that this Honjo incident might be the very origin of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, yeah. So what he's saying is, the resurrection ritual at the root of the Honjo incident is Seimon's Rite of Resurrection? Yes, that is how the Record of Fates ties everything together. To put it in chronological order, first Seimon brought the Rite of Resurrection to Edo. We can assume that by this point, Seimon was likely using a different name. Then, in Honjo, 9 people fought to the death over this rite, the Honjo incident. After that, the incident was covered up by an interested party, preventing it from being recorded in history fully. Eventually, it was passed down in incomplete pieces, becoming known as the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. That's more or less the course of the events. Interesting. So that's how they connected. Then if I'm getting this right, the 7 mysteries were basically required to gather the soul dregs necessary for the rite. How are the 7 mysteries related? And there's more. With this most recent occurrence of the curse, I've become even more confident in my theory. You are? Yes, the reason for it being, the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries etched into those who received the curse stones. Resentful memories. Yako, if you really are a curse bearer, then when you obtained the curse stone, you would have had a resentful memory imprinted in your mind. Oh, I did. Exactly. Those memories are what happened in the final moments of the 9 who died in the Honjo incident. Broadly speaking, they involved dying while bearing some kind of deep resentment. The 9 victims became the 9 curse echoes, which over time came to be spoken of as the 7 mysteries, thus gathering the resentful memories granted by the present curses and connected them together. It will reveal once and for all what happened during the Honjo incident. Huh. That's why you must tell me about the resentful memory of your fool's procession, Yako. Mio, should I? Yeah, I think it's okay. We need all the information we get. Tell him. Okay, Mr. Uraishi, I'll tell you about the memory of the fool's procession. Excellent. So basically, it's about a woman who died falling from a Yagura tower at a festival. Interesting. It's not that one then. Not that one. What do you mean? Among the 9 victims at the Honjo incident, that is to say, the 9 curse echoes, one of them is Simon himself, or so I suspect. Ooh. Simon? Simon or Simon? Was one of the victims at the Honjo incident too? Meaning an onmyoji as powerful as him also became a curse echo? Right. It would make sense that the curse stone tied to a curse echo like that would be special. The power of a curse stone is different based on the curse echo. Mio. Then maybe with Simon's curse echo we could... Yes, we may be able to settle this whole situation. Hey, what are you two whispering about? Oh, nothing, sorry. Mr. Reishi, how many of the resentful memories have you gathered so far? I have learned a number of them. The Evergreen Beach, the Foot-Washing Mansion, an Ever-Burning Lantern, and now the Fool's Procession makes 4. Of those, the most important are the Foot-Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach. What are they about? First, the Foot-Washing Mansion. As an onmyoji appears distinctly in this one. Really? But not Seimon, I'm afraid. A female onmyoji who sought the right of resurrection due to her obsession with her personal appearance. Her legs, which had always taken pride in, were stricken with corruption after she was defeated by Seimon. Her curse echo is notable for being particularly easy to fulfill the requirements necessary to use the curse. The detective did well to escape this one. So a female onmyoji and rival of Seimon was involved in the Honjo incident. That certainly is interesting. Next, the Evergreen Beach. This curse echo is from a craftsman of Netsuke carvings named Jinkichi, who was hanged for spreading baseless rumors. He apparently spoke of something that granted the ability to bring back the dead. The right of resurrection. Precisely, this man Jinkichi must have been in contact with Seimon. If I could just collect all of the memories, everything will be revealed and the truth of the 7 mysteries will be mine. And that is the knowledge I desire. Meaning you need to gather as much information as you can from the curse bearers. Precisely. I have an agreement to exchange information with those detectives, but they might not even find the other curse bearers, so I must take measures in my own hands. What's the trigger for the curse to occur? Another thing, yes? You never really finished about what the trigger for all of this was. Well, I don't know. Really? You're not hiding something from us, are you? It's something to do with how you obtained the Record of Fates, right? How did you really get a hold of the Record of Fates? To tell you the truth, we're in a race against time. It could be a disaster if we don't hurry. What are you talking about? Someone left a warning that at sundown today, they would use the curse to kill a lot of people. The one who left that message is the culprit behind the Dejima murders from 20 years ago. What? Something so terrible will happen. I won't allow potentially hundreds of people to become victims of a curse. I'll do anything in my power to stop it. Mr. Reishi, please tell us everything you know. I'm sorry, but I truly don't know anything. The truth is, I was given the Record of Fates by a woman. A woman? Well, her voice sounded like a woman's, but I didn't actually see what she looked like. 1 month ago, while I was investigating at night, I suddenly heard a formless voice. A woman's voice. It said, I entrust you with this ancient manuscript and the right of resurrection held within its pages. Spread rumors of this ritual as far and wide as you can in the coming month. And before I knew it, an old document had fallen down at my feet. 1 month, she specified the time period. I was told if I did that, I could study the manuscript as much as I pleased. I wanted so badly to verify its authenticity, I ended up accepting. I haven't heard anything from the voice then. It must have had you spread rumors in order to strengthen the power of the curse. To tie together the curse and the desire to seek out the right. This makes it likely that the owner of the voice is the mastermind behind all of this. Hence I went public with the Record of Fates. Hihaku and the occult magazines immediately jumping at the news was a financial boon for me. Ah, Hihaku, as in Hihaku soaps? Right, I mean no, that's not important, just some personal business. After that I waited trying to predict what would occur in the next month's time. That's when the curse began. Those are all the details I have. Everything else you know. Very well, I've told you this much, I may as well give you one more thing. Thank you, what might it be? About Seimon's Record of Fates. There is a sort of continuation to it, another document called the Record of Fates Yin Scroll, or fuck. Continuation. Actually, a section written in the Sayman's own hand was appended to the manuscript, according to which, after the Honjo incident, Sayman lamented such a calamity taking place. He apparently wrote the addendum for the event that the tragedy became its own curse. It seems he had an idea that the victims of the Honjo incident would turn into curse echoes and be used to gather soul dregs. It supposedly details how to handle any trouble that occurs as a result of the rite of resurrection. Really? Hold on a second. Don't you find that strange? What's the matter, Mr. Sakazaki? You think my information is accurate? If Simon died in the Honjo incident, then he couldn't have written an addendum. You really don't get it, do you? Am I wrong? Have you forgotten the ability Simon possessed? Of course not. He could use the rite of resurrection. Oh. You're telling me Simon used it on himself? The rite of resurrection can be carried out in advance, so that it activates when the soul dregs are gathered together. Oh. That would explain how Shiraishi is still alive. Then it is not possible that Simon himself was resurrected with the rite after it all took place. But he'd still have to collect the soul dregs needed to use the rite. Yes, and that's why they died. The 8 others besides Simon. What? They died in the Honjo incident for their soul dregs? That sounds like it was the same as what's happening now. That's why I need the resentful memories to learn the truth. I get it now. The issue at hand is that the Yin Scroll and the Record of Fates were supposed to have been passed down as a set. When I received the Record of Fates, the Yin Scroll was gone. Only this information was left. Supposedly, Sayman's blood descendants guarded it as they passed it down across generations. It seems that over their long history, the 2 documents became separated and the scroll's location lost as the family line branched. Sayman had descendants, so there's someone out there related to him by blood even now. Yes, in fact, I've tried to trace the line as far as I could. He wasn't a well-known Umyoji to begin with, so a detailed family tree does not exist. It seems likely that to use the manuscript has been long forgotten, only being passed down out of tradition. And since they aren't even aware of what they have, tracking it down is quite tricky indeed. I wish I could ask whoever that voice belonged to about the Yin Scroll. I'm sure you did. So basically, in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, Sayman himself wrote about ways to handle the curse and write, yes? That's correct. I've been searching for it all this time, but I haven't found a single lead. So if you do find out anything about the other resentful memories or Yin Scroll, tell me immediately. You owe me that much for telling you all this, do you not? That's the real extent of everything I know. Alright. Yes, I understand. Thank you for your help. If you bring me some useful information, I'll take it into consideration for your school grades as well. Wow. What a dick. Street. We learned a lot. So to sum it up, there was a tragic incident with people cursing each other for the rite of resurrection in the Edo period as well. And the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll may have info we want, since it details how to stop the rite. I think that's about it. Right. If we could just find the Yin Scroll, we might be able to learn how to settle this situation. But even Mr. Araishi did not bleed. Why do we start looking for it? Someone involved in this now must have some connection to it, I think. I have a feeling the mastermind who awakened the curses is involved too. Right. Students get credits for helping with research papers all the time, don't they? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. About what to do next. Oh shit, I misread that. Good question. It may be best to give the information we just learned to Inspector Tsutsumi. We get a pretty big clue from hearing about the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Miss Tsutsumi might know more about it. She looks so eager to see him. Should we go back to school then? Yeah, that's our point of contact after all. Whoever's behind that voice gave Mr. Araishi the Records of Fates. That must be the mastermind, don't you think? Yeah, and he said it sounded like it belonged to a woman. Whoever it is, I bet they're scary. You don't sound like the Yakko I know. Then let's catch him and make him spill the beans. I thought you'd say something like that. Really? I guess I'm just not really feeling that confident right now. I understand. Oh, that reminds me, Mio. You know what's nearby here, don't you? Hmm? Oh, you mean where Michio? Yeah, where it happened. I was going there every day to leave flowers. Even though they always get cleared away anyways. I'm sure it must be hard to have to be reminded of Michio's death all the time. Oh, that reminds me, Yako. Yeah? When you asked me to do the spirit board 2 days ago, did you come here that day? Yeah, I left some flowers before going to school. Why? Did anything seem different that day? What's this all of a sudden? Though, now that you mention it, that day I suddenly felt lightheaded and ended up passing out for a little bit. But I came to you right away and felt fine, so I didn't think anything of it. I see. That's all I was wondering about, thanks. I don't know if it's related to that woman behind the voice, but I'm also interested in the female Onmyoji who was a rival of Seiman. Excuse me, you girls over there? Oh, it's that guy. Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something you said caught my attention. Who might you be? I'm Yutaru Namigaki. I should probably tell you. Until yesterday I was a curse bearer. That should be clear things up. Curse bearer? You don't need to be scared. I've already given up the curse stone of the foot washing machine. The foot washing mansion. So you're the one Inspector Tsutsumi was talking about. I already know Inspector Tsutsumi. That makes this simple. There's nothing to worry about. Oh hey, you're in the driver's seat. No way. Yako? Yes, wait, what? Just now, was I doing something? Sorry, Mr. Namigaki, what might be the matter? Right, I actually wanted to discuss something with you too. Would you come with me if you have a little time? Discuss something with us? You were talking about Michio Shiraishi, right? It's related to that. Huh? I'm sure you would learn a few things yourselves. Not now, later is fine. I'll be waiting around Ryogoku Bridge. Something rubs me the wrong way about this, but he mentioned Michio. What do we do? Shit, look, we're saving. He's definitely gonna try and kill us. He's absolutely gonna kill us. We'll, This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Well, I suppose we may as well hear what it is you have to say. Glad to hear it. Then shall we relocate somewhere? Elsewhere? This is a bad idea. I don't trust him. We know for a fact he will kill other curse bearers without a second thought. We know that because he lied to the detective, and the detective's curse triggers when somebody lies to him. So the prompt appeared on the screen when he told us he just lied constantly through his fucking mouth. So what did you want to discuss with us? Let's see, how do I put this? I'll tell you straight. I want you two to use your curse stones to bring Michio Shiraishi back from the dead. What? It's why I was pursuing the right of resurrection in the first place. Unfortunately, I had to give up my curse stone before I could succeed. But you two are curse bearers with some kind of connection to her. Which means this is the perfect opportunity for me to ask you for this. Well, I'm sorry, this is all so sudden. I still don't understand how you would want this. What exactly is your relationship with Michio? Well, we met briefly once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Right. Well, it would be great if we could bring Michio back. But we've already decided not to use the rite of resurrection. This guy's full of shit, man. Is that so? It seems, however, that we share a goal. I wouldn't mind collecting the soul dregs for you if you gave me your curse stone. No way. We'll have to decline that as well. Our goal is to stop the curse. I see. Well, that's too bad. I suppose I'll have to give up on the curse stones. Thank you for understanding. Ew, I thought he was a little suspicious, but he left without making a fuss. But why does he want to bring Michio back? Yako? Oh, did she go off somewhere while we were talking? Oh, fuck. It also seems like, The spirit of Shiraishi, the girl who got hit by the car, is lingering on Yako. Yeah, I finally caught up to you. I don't know if you noticed me following you or not, but leading me to a secluded place, you've got guts. I'm sorry, but I'll be taking your curse stone. Either you hand it over, or I'll have to take it by force. What? Why are you... No, she's here again. I don't understand. Wait, it was just an accident. I swear I didn't mean to. That's why I was trying to bring you back. What did she say to him? You're already too late. What? That must be the end of their path, right? That's not the end of the game. No way. That's not the end of the game. Bullshit. I call bullshit. That's the end of their path, perhaps, until I do something else, maybe. Come on. Show me. She said, po. After this, Fumichika Nejima went on to use the power of his curse to commit mass murder, shocking the public with unprecedented tragedy. Welcome in, Magnus. And from that day on, Yako Sakazaki was never heard from again. Ending 1, Michio's Grudge. How many endings does this game have? So that's one ending. So one really nice feature about this game is if we click back on this, we don't have to go from the very beginning. You see what I mean? We can actually go from like, oh, here. It's much quicker. Right, let's get through this really quick. Go to school. Sorry, but there's something we've got to take care of. We'll have to pass. Look at him. He's so angry. Is that so? Well, that's too bad. I'm in no rush. I'll be waiting at your Ryogoku Bridge if you change your minds. Right, so what this means is we need to do something else and then we'll come back to this. So let's do this one and then that one. Summary previous events. Haruhi and Richter break into the Shiraishi residence with the detectives. They find a journal left behind by the deceased Iwai family, revealing the mystery behind the kidnapping. However, Haruhi remains unsatisfied. Yeah. Shigima... I thought that said Sigma at first. In further news, today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of one Toshiko Shiraishi around noon. The man identified as Kanichiro Iwai is said to have been in a relationship with Toshika. He was unemployed at his time of death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected that his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence of the scene may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Well, man. It seems like we've managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps. Right. Have a little scan around the room again. We've already got that one. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary as such. The lights. It's a little dim even during the day, but I like it that way. The ticking of the clock gets on my nerves sometimes. I've grown so used to seeing the scroll, I don't really give it a second thought. No matter how much I look at the flowers, they don't make me feel anything. Oh, lady. Fax machine, it can send images to other places along the telephone network. I really find a use for it. I don't have a reason to use the phone right now. Just to make sure. Ooh, we got more info. Images to other places along the telephone network, I really find use for it. Okay. So like, if I've explained this before, but if you come in more recently, you see the little tick mark next to the phone. That means all the dialogue next to that, like attached to the phone, is just gone. Welcome in, Raiders. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome in, Cyrene. You caught us a good time. How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. That's weird. I've stopped watching the news. There's too much fluff. I wish they'd cut out the pointless stories, just reported on what's important. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. My man's got some. He does have a serious strip. He's a detective extraordinaire. How's the game? It's very good. If you like Japanese occult murder mystery detective stuff, visual novels, it's really good. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it, Cyrene. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Man is DG, professional streamer, Vtuber. I do a variety of things. Sometimes I do challenge runs. In the past, I beat Sekiro with one finger on the controller. I've beaten 2 copies of Dark Souls at the same time, playing 2 games, one hand on each pad. What else? I've been in gaming news, but mostly I just like to do Let's Plays and just advertise games, kind of thing. I like to promote people's, you know, the companies behind the games and whatnot, you know. So like tomorrow we've got a sponsored stream, for example, and whatnot. So yeah, welcome in. I won't be reading much of chat because there's a lot of text to get through, but thank you so much for the raid, Cyrene, and welcome in, everybody. This game is called Paranormasight. Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. It's by squareenix. It's published and developed by squareenix. I wonder what kind of music Richter is into. I imagine he likes English songs. Yeah. Let's look at him first. He's always going at his own pace. He's rather fascinating. Oh, she's got feelings for him. Next up, what do we need to do to get our hands on a curse stone filled with soldier eggs? No worries. Sounds like a good idea, Cyrene. About the kidnapping. Judging by the official announcement, it seems that Awaya wrote is likely true. With both the kidnapper and his young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest. Now that it's over, I can't help but think how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing had we not found his journal. Carelessness is what usually leads to crimes like these being exposed. It's pretty much the same with the Nejima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really makes you think. It makes my skin crawl to think how many cases like this are left undiscovered. Me too. It's certainly disturbing. Yeah. Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, we can focus our efforts on obtaining the right resurrection, yes? Indeed. I'm counting on you. So we've done that one. Alright, let's reassess the curse situation. Right. I must admit, I never expected the police to be so on top of things. The Chief Inspector Tetsuya Suzumi provided us a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers. Do you think they noticed I'm one of them? I'm pretty sure Erio didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we'll have to be careful around him. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward. Agreed. Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the rite unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging on to the stone from now on? Of course. Just don't use it though, okay? Alright. She thought about it for a minute then. If what we've heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and Taiko the Sugaru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit the places connected to those stories a few times. I see. I'm still highly suspicious of the people at Hihaku Soaps. They could be the ones pulling the strings. That Takumi Yumioka fella is probably aware of the curse bearers we're searching for. Tracking his movements may prove to be useful. You want to follow him? If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice, but damn it, times like this really have me wishing I had more personnel. I imagine it's tough working on your own. It's the plight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for skilled assistant. Yeah, I know that feel. And then there's Najima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided read, I think it was. If we want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul dregs, well, look no further. He did say he would unleash his curse on a large number of people at nightfall. If he gets the chance to, if the Chief Inspector manages to track down Mishoyo, then... well, there's a chance he'll manage to apprehend Najima before he gets up to no good. Look at this face. But why did you tell the Chief Inspector about the safe house, if he hadn't had that lead? It was written in Awai's memoirs. It was just a matter of time till he found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye. How different it is it from any other curse bearer collecting soul dregs? Well, if we're talking Najima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We'll just keep a close eye on Najima and the cops. Look, what about the girl from before? Ayame Tono. Do you think she could be a curse bearer? Well, there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone else's curse stone by now. That's possible too, but... We haven't been to Midoricho Park yet, the place connected to the Taiko Tsugaru. Ah, right, that's close to where she lives. What if she has a curse bearer what if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied. It's possible. It would make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea's got me itching to investigate her again. Yeah. That place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there. Okay. About you. Richter? Yes. Ah, that's right. Would you mind if we make a stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion, but I'd like to visit a candy store if possible. I suppose I don't mind. Alright. Let's have a little think. Next up, what do we need to do about getting our hands? Right, that's the same. So let's have a little scan around the room again, see if there's any more information. I think the fax machine still had some information. I believe. The clock, the TV. Fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I really found use for it. That's interesting. That hasn't changed. Then shall we depart? From this part on, you'll be given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there, you can continue on the next part. You may also come back and restart this section from the point which you left off. Hang on, let's save here. This seems to suggest that this might be the climax. Let's go to story chart. Excuse me. That seems to suggest that that might lead to the climax, so I'd rather do this one first to give me any more information that might add to this. Also, we need to unlock that too, so... let's give it a try. At the Shiraishi homes, zoom in the area, learn the truth about many things, including the death of Kankichiro Iwai. They hurried to the high school after learning the Mishio Shiraishi and knew whereabouts in Najima's hideout. Do you remember, like, back in the, like, 80s and early 90s when, like, they would dub anime, but they wouldn't give them the Japanese names? They would just be like, hey, Fred, and stuff like that. Jason. It'd be a lot of Jasons back then, wouldn't there? Yeah. Fredo-kun. Boss, it just talked to the Sumida police. Or what now? They found an abandoned van in the Chiba Mountains. It looked like it'd been in an accident. They couldn't lift any fingerprints from it, but they found blood splatters on the front. And guess what? The blood is a perfect match for Mishio's. Oh, so it must be the van that hit Mishio. You got it. It's all thanks to Yoshima that we were able to find out. The license plate had been removed, though, and they even scraped off the vehicle identification number. It'll take a while to identify the owner. Now they're trying to figure out if the van was sighted anywhere between the scene of the crime and where it was dumped. Got it, thanks for the report. That's a good fucking... Nice. It's a duck. What's this one? Quackitude. That's so good. These... I'm not normally a pun guy, but like, there's just something that hits about these. These are great. These are great. And the gratuitous swearing. Surroundings. It's nice that we got permission to use the school as our base of operations. The principal and head teacher were a little reluctant at first, but they were convinced that it helped the investigation. Dealing with all this must be a real headache for those guys. I should thank them again later. Let's have a little scan around. Nobody's spying on us from up there. You never know. I guess we stuck out with the possibility that Michio did commit suicide. She was so young and all the adults in her life did was push her around. He still doesn't look tired after all this running around. Wish I still had that stamina. By the way, boss, we've confirmed that Michio died in a vehicular collision. But are we sure that it was really an accident? Good question. I was wondering the same thing. The damage done by the collision indicates that the driver was traveling at a considerable speed, but there were no brake marks to be found. Exactly, which suggests they may have been intentionally targeting Michio. Then what was that motive, you think? Then what was the motive? Who would have reason to kill Michio? The first person that comes to mind is Kankichiro Iwai. After all, she knew about his crimes. But then, Iwai was supposedly able to control Michio by intimidation alone. There's also that teacher who was taking advantage of Michio, Kohei Chinuchi. But to say he killed her to stop people from finding out that he was blackmailing her doesn't seem likely somehow. You're right. But both of them have fallen prey to her curse. That's true. In that case, it's quite possible she'll also decide to exact revenge on the person who ran her over. Not just possible, she may have already done it last night, just like with Y. Is there anything else you could have served as a motive? That talisman, maybe? The one that Yoshimi was looking for. Do you think someone wanted to take it from her? Well, the talisman wasn't found on her remains, nor in her house. But doesn't a hit and run seem like too drastic a measure to go for a little talisman? Then in the end, it might have just been an unfortunate accident after all. Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah, maybe, but doubtful. Either way, what we need now is testimony from Michio herself. With a bit of luck, we may be able to ask her what happened during the crash ourselves. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that particular development. I still have my doubts that it'll be so easy. Either way, we won't be able to do this unless Mio and Yako turn up. I'd rather have them come sooner rather than later, but I guess we just have to wait and shall we head inside? Alright then. I guess we still can't rule out the possibility of Michio did commit suicide. She's so young, alright, it's fine. Boss, I thought we were going to wait for Mio, but... Yeah? Aye, boss. Jeez, you're an eager beaver. I haven't even said what it was yet. Right, well, what is it? Can't remember what you had for dinner last night. Looks like that agent over there is having some trouble with his pen. So if you got a spare, go lend it to him. And for the record, I had katsudon last night. No need to worry about me going senile just yet. I know I look like a genius, but I didn't think I came across as the type to carry spare pens on my person. You, a genius? You're dreaming. But if this pen just stopped working, he can get it going again with a bit of nail polish remover. Why is this important? Yeah, you know, what used to be removed nail polish? Never used it before. Do I look like I would have? Don't make me sound crazy for not having used the stuff. I doubt you have either. Oh no, I've used it alright. Did you know that it can remove oil-based ink stains? Which is also why it can be used to fix old dry pen nibs. Whatever's in there that removes the ink also doubles as a way to unclog pens. Good to know. Still wouldn't call you a genius, but it's something. You gotta make sure that remover doesn't mix with the ink though, or you'll ruin it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Not to worry, I don't have a nail polish remover on me right now anyway. No problem then. I don't know why this pen thing's a thing. Like, what's going on? That doesn't fix anything. Long story short, I don't have a spare pen. Jeez, alright. I'll let him know. What? What was going on with that? That seems like a weird tangent to, like, go on. Hi, mad lad. Yeah, that's the same. Let's go inside the school. Oh, okay. I'm sure they'll be here any moment. Well, with any luck. Nobody 8 years at art school, nobody ever told me that. I didn't know that either, Brats. The record of fate's Yin scroll may contain a way to put a stop to the curse. Yako and Mio head back to Kamogata High School to share this information with Tsutsumi. Okay. Probably go for like another 35 minutes and we'll see where we're at. I was really hoping to finish this today, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Ain't that interesting? The record of fate's Yin scroll, huh? Oh, so we found them. Good. Well done, you two. That's some good info you got for that teacher. Thank you. Good job, boss. Operation Schoolgirl was a success. Stop making things sound weird. Anyways, let's share what we found at Mishio Shiraishi's house. Yes, please. Yes. A man named Iwai kidnapped sacrifices for black magic. And Mishio helped with the kidnapping? And Mr. Janucci used that to blackmail her. We can't look around, we can't do anything. Based on the report and looking at the circumstances surrounding the deaths of Janucci and Iwai, if Mishio Shiraishi did it, it would make sense. Furthermore, there are signs that Mishio Shiraishi wanted someone to notice. Really? The ribbon that was left at the scene of Kohei's death is proof of that. Mio, I'm guessing you knew that already. Yes, ever since this morning. But there's one piece of information I need. But I think we're near her limit. Talking about Yako's limit, I think. Okay. So if we get this record of fate's Yin scroll, we'll be able to dispel the curse. Yes, the source of this curse is a tragic event called the Honju incident that dates back to the Edo period. An onmyoji named Simon Tsuchimikaido is said to have recorded a way to deal with the curse. So I think there may be a way to dispel the curse. Right, I'll leave how to approach this to you, Mio. I'll check with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau as well, but please make finding the record of fate's Yin scroll your top priority. Understood. How do we go about looking for it? It's possible the descendants of Seimon have inherited it, but I don't think they're aware of its existence. It'd be nice if we had a clan crest or something to go off of. Maybe we'll have to ask Paranormal Affairs. That reminds me, Mio, was the Western black magic used by Iwai and Najima really just an imitation? Huh? Why are you asking me? Boss said that you knew about this sort of thing. Do you not? Well, I mean, I have some knowledge, but... That's strange. I don't think I've ever told anyone that. It's okay, Mio. No one's judging you. Right, but it still feels a little weird. So what's your opinion on it, as someone familiar with Western black magic? If I could have a look at their grimoire, I could be sure, but... Based on their methods, I'd say they imitated black magic popular around 300 years ago. It was advertised as magic anyone could use and was employed as camouflage to evade witch hunters. It's notable because they purposely required living sacrifices to make it difficult to disprove its authenticity. Wow, you know so much, I'm impressed. It totally matches with the vibe you got going on. What do you mean by that? Don't worry, have some confidence. Right, thanks, I guess. She kind of like almost resents the fact that people are like, oh, you're in a cult. Like, just like kind of, you know? Like, even if it's her interest, the fact that people like look at her and be like, you like occult stuff? She's like, if that black magic is just an imitation, then we probably don't have to worry about it. I'm just glad things aren't getting even more confusing than they already are. Oh right, about the mastermind, I had an idea. What is it? This is about the chairwoman of Haku Soaps, isn't it? You mentioned her when you were telling us about that EY person. Yep. Whether the goal is to restore youth or to resurrect someone, she's got her hands all over this. She has money too. It would also match Hideki Araishi's account of a woman's voice. An evil business lady with supernatural powers, a classic saying. If only we could confirm those powers of hers were actually real. We'll need to keep an eye on her. I'll tell HQ to look into her. Now then, if we're nearing the limit, I'll stop beating around the bush. Time to tell you it straight. Yako Sakazaki. Oh, me, yes? Take out your curse stone and give it to Mio. My curse stone? It's just been in my pocket all this time. Thanks, I'm just going to borrow it for a second. Well? Yes. There are soul dregs inside. What? It's as I suspected. How did this happen? I didn't do anything, I swear, you have to believe me. It's okay, we know. Yako, calm down and listen to what I'm about to tell you. But there's no mistake that Janucci and Iwaya were killed by that curse stone. But the one who committed the act is the ghost of Michio Shiraishi that is inside of you, Yako Sakazaki. I fucking knew it. What? Inside me, what? What do you mean? It's okay, Yako. Please calm down and listen. You've been possessed, Yako. Hadouken! By Michio's ghost. What? It's probably happened when you were offering flowers at the site of the accident. Filled with regret, her lingering ghost reacted to the presence of her old friend and entered you, Yako. No way, you mean Michio's ghost is inside me? I've explained this one before, but just because you've been possessed doesn't mean that you lose control of yourself. Normally, the mind will reject such attempts and it'll do nothing more than affect one's mood or energy levels. But Michio had powerful spirit sense to begin with. And because she was your friend, your mind was open to accepting Michio's spirit. So for those reasons, your minds merged without any issue. It's going to be difficult to separate her from you at this point. Which also means it'll be difficult to guide her spirit to the afterlife. No way, we merged? Me and Michio's minds are... But I don't feel any different at all. I mean, I'm me, I think. That's because after she merged with you, Michio, I started to believe she was you as well. Hello? As a ghost possessing you, she's not fully conscious, only really a jumble of vague memories. Still, there are traces of her consciousness and memories as Michio Shiraishi. You've been acting a little different from usual. You would also sometimes react when coming into contact with things with powerful influence. But really? That having been said, if we don't have a proper understanding of the regrets Michio Shiraishi had when she died and why, it would be difficult to separate her from you. That's why I didn't say anything, I'm sorry. If I carelessly provoked her ghost, it could have risked causing her to dig even deeper into your mind. Oh no. When we mentioned limits earlier, we mean that by letting things proceed like this, there's a possibility that you will join completely, making it impossible to separate her ghost from you. If that happens, you'll never be able to tell which of your thoughts belong to her and which belong to you. What? That's so scary. You mean I won't be myself anymore? But if it's Michio, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. What should I do? But it was actually Michio who used the curse stone while I was unaware, wasn't it? Doesn't that mean her ghost has already taken over my body? Well, about that. I think that's probably the effect of the curse amplifying murderous impulses and the influence of the Feast of Shadows. While you were sleeping, the ghost's powers were boosted. Ah, sorry, I just clicked onto something earlier. And strengthened by the feast, Michio's consciousness surfaced and took control of your body. Then that means... I was the one who killed them. I cursed them both. Yako, no, you were being controlled. Right, Inspector? Yeah, that's right. It's likely she'd be recognized as not being responsible for the crime due to the possession. It's not something you can control. No need to worry about that. No, you're wrong. I wanted to kill them too. Those feelings must have come out. It's not only Michio's fault. I mean, when I learned that Michio didn't commit suicide, I wished that all the cruel adults around me would just die. I had the cursed stone with me and I wanted to get revenge from Michio if the chance came. That's how I felt. Yako. Because Michio wasn't able to escape her terrible situation. It was so hard it wouldn't be unusual for some to take their own life. And I had this curse stone. I made Michio get revenge all by herself. Michio tried so hard to keep on living in silence, and I treated those feelings like they were worthless. I should have done it myself right away. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Michio. That's why I killed them. Now I'm confused. Did Yako do it? Yako. There you are. Oh, hi, Michio. What is up with you? You've had me worried sick since you haven't been coming to school lately. Feels like it's been forever. I'm glad you seem to be doing good. Yeah, sorry, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you why. I've always regretted it. Oh, come on, you're acting like we aren't buds. Tell me if anyone's making you sad and I'll take care of them. Thanks, Yako. Actually, I'm here because there's something I want to tell you. Really? What's the matter? You can tell me anything. Well, the truth is, I did something unforgivable to an innocent man. Saying that I was forced to and didn't have a choice doesn't undo it. I'm sorry, I feel so guilty. What? I've done so much I can't take back, all because I was weak. There's no escaping the hell that I've created for myself. I couldn't handle it anymore. I started thinking about killing him and dying myself. Neither of us deserve to live in this world. What? But something went wrong, and that's why I died. Why I died with regrets. But thanks to you, I finished what I wanted to do. Thank you, and I'm sorry for dragging you into this. What? Wait, you don't need to apologize. It's only now that I realize. And I know how selfish it is. But I hope you remember the time we spent together as friends. And how we were able to be together at the end. Please don't forget me. Huh? No, Michio, wait. Hmm? Huh? You're awake. Do you feel okay? I'm sorry I had to spring that all on you, Yako. What? If this... Are we in a classroom? Huh? Was I dreaming? I'm sorry to rush this along while you're still gathering your feelings, but we need to hear what Michio Shiraishi has to say now. Right. And so, after considering what to do, it is true that Michio's consciousness has mixed with yours. But if I summon her ghost, we may be able to establish some communication. Oh, I understand. Yay, so you thought to use the spirit board again? Yep, I have a hunch. I think the spirit we called last time may have actually been Michio herself. I thought that too. And that her spirit has been close to you ever since. Let's do it. I think we should, and I want to hear from her. Very well. I have no idea if this will work during daytime, but let's give it a try. Are you ready? I'm gonna fucking save the game first. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Do you remember how to do it? Place your finger on the 10-yen coin. Right, like this? Good, now do as I do. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Please tell us if you are there. Yes. It's here. Now, is it the spirit of Michio? Yako, would you ask the spirit? Alright. Are you Michio Shiraishi? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, are you the spirit of Michio Shiraishi? Yes. Ah, it said yes. Don't be so sure, some spirits like to play tricks. Can you try asking it a question only Michio would know the answer to? Question only Michio would know the answer to. Let's see then. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. How much did the ribbon I bought for Michio cost? $49.99. 490 yen, that's right. Well, it seems we have the right spirit. Okay, can I have you ask her a question? Okay, what do you want me to ask her? I want you to ask her about the location of Fumichika Najima's hideout and the location of the talisman as well. Okay. Where is the talisman? Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, do you know where the talisman that you had is? About 350. She does know. I wonder if we can find a way to narrow it down. I'll try asking. Spectre of the Spirit Board, did you carry around the talisman with you at all times? Yes. Come on, Isig. So she did carry it with her. Then, did you have it with you when you had your accident? Yes. Huh? She did have it with her. But there was nothing resembling talisman in the articles left behind at the scene. So that means someone took it with them and ran off with it before the scene was investigated. Who would do that? This would mean someone knew Michio had died before the police did. The first person to discover and report it was the caretaker of the apartment building next door. Should we check in with him? Let's see. The other possibility I can think of is the perpetrator of the hit and run. That's who I'm thinking. But it was a hit and run. Wouldn't they have run away? It might be possible they came back driven by fear or something else. Even if so, they didn't report it and went through with their belongings. But to only take the talisman seems hard to believe. Unless they were after the talisman from the beginning, yeah. In which case they were hired to do it by somebody else. How likely is that if the talisman really is so special? Irio mentioned the same thing, but to run someone over just to take something from them? It's possible they just picked up the talisman after hitting her for no particular reason. That's also true. Either way, if it really was a hit and run, then I hope they get caught. It's possible she remembers something after seeing the picture of the car. Then, shall we try asking? I'll try. Who was responsible for the hit and run? Oh, the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Do you know who was behind the hit and run? Yes. She says she knows. That's a relief. If she hadn't known. Huh? In order for Michio's spirit to find peace, we need as much detailed information about what happened as possible. We can't send her off to the afterlife if we don't know what happened when she died. This isn't like a forced exorcism. Huh? So that's what it'll take. Alright, I'll try asking. Right. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Who was the one who ran you over? I hope she knows the name. N A Nam Nami Namijika Namijiki Namigaka. What? You mean Yutaro Namigaka? You two know him? Yeah, we met him earlier. That is this guy. We talked with him after we left the cafe. He used to be a curse bearer, right? Ah, I see. So that's why Yako had that reaction when she saw him. What? Come to think of it, that guy said he wanted to talk about Michio. What the hell is he planning without this curse stone? He said he'd be waiting near Ryokoku Bridge. Got it. I'll join you there once we're done. He's the bastard who killed Michio. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Please tell me the location of Fumichika Najima's hideout. It doesn't know. Please, terrible things will happen if he isn't captured soon. I'm sure it's painful to try and remember, but you're the only one who can help us, Michio. Please. It moved. This is it, an address. She's giving us the address. Amazing, thank you, Michio. Okay, I have the address, thank you. Alright, Ario, get a move on and check out the address. Yes, sir, I'll contact HQ and order a simultaneous house search and sweep of the area. I just hope the information is accurate. I know it is. Yako. This should be enough information. We can release Michio from her suffering now. Let's do it. Alright. Say goodbye. Goodbye! Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, Michio. Thank you, you've helped us. You know? I'm so sorry I didn't know about it all. Your family, the kidnapping, Mr. Janucci. I'm so sorry. It must have been so hard. Not that I could understand, but I'm sure it was so hard. I mean, of course you would want revenge. I wanted it too. We've all done things that we wish we could take back. But I'm glad that I at least know the truth. Yako. There's so much I want to say, but that's enough. Let me just ask you one last thing. Someday, can we hang out again? No. You mean it? Okay, it's a promise. Have you asked everything you wanted? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get Michio's spirit now. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye. Michio, with this, I'll finally be able to free you. Hey, Yako. Yeah? You never accepted the idea that Michio took her own life. I'm glad you never stopped trying to find the truth. Yeah. You're right. Even though I didn't realize just how hard things were for her. Mio. Oh, sorry. It's just Michio. She was taken advantage of by so many of the adults around her. She put up with so much. I would have tried and talked with her more. I know how you feel. Thanks, Mio. It hurts thinking about all the things I could have done. Why did this have to happen to someone so kind and hardworking? Feels like she was ill-fated to the very end. It's just too cruel. But even then, she didn't even tell me about this stuff. And she let herself worry more about revenge than living. I'm mad at her for that. Sure, I should have noticed something was wrong, but come on. What was she thinking? Seriously, I mean seriously. Am I really that unreliable? Of course I'd help you get your revenge, you idiot. I don't care how you had changed or whatever, I just wanted you to live. Yako. I'll take responsibility for what's been done. But one day, if we meet on the other side, I'm gonna have to give her a good punch. Then I'll tell her she's a real fool's procession or something. Then we'll hang out like always. Sounds like fun. Alright, I'm sending her off, okay? Oh wait. Look, the coin, it moved to no on its own. What? You're right, when did it do that? It seems like she still has something... She still has something keeping her here. Yaku, do you have any idea what Michio wants? Me? Oh. Please. Don't forget me. I think she told me that she didn't want to be forgot. See, then. Michio? If you can hear my voice, let your feelings that you won't ever forget her be known. Show it through an action. What? Do something that shows you won't forget. Hang on. Do something. I don't have any items or anything of that. saving a way of ensuring he won't forget? Maybe. Yeah. I think we got it, Fireplace. Yeah. Saving was the right thing to do. Thank you. Though, I don't really want you to punch me. So I'll live a long life. So live a long life, okay? I'll see you later. Sag. Always carry this memory card in your memory. I like what you said earlier, Brad. You were like, fucking ritual. It kind of made me think that, like, you never really get games that are about, like, occult stuff is, in a way, there's like a romantic element to it in Japan, you know? There's a mystique. But in the West, it's more like actual cults and monsters and, like, you know, like vampires and stuff. And while there is like romantic sense to vampires and that, just imagining somebody being like mega British and just dealing with stuff like this, fucking ghosts, man, like stuff like that'd be so funny. Bloody yokai, what the fuck? Fucking ghost, man. Yako, are you feeling alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, I'm feeling a lot better. I guess I really wasn't feeling like myself recently. It was like there was a part of me that I had no control over something. Or something. Yeah, I think you're back to your normal self now. I'm glad there weren't any problems. I wonder if Michio was able to find peace. I know she did. You don't have to worry about it. It seems that her regret was not being able to tell you what she was going on and growing apart. And growing apart from you. Well, I guess I can forgive her for that. But there's still something bothering me. Really? Yeah, I wonder what this feeling is. It's like there's a piece of her that hasn't left yet. It may be an after effect. Maybe because you gave your stone to Chief Inspector Tsutsumi? Doubt it. Having a curse stone shouldn't have any effect on your body. But dealing with 4 curses sounds like a lot of stress. Good work, Chief. Someone's like a completely different person, all of a sudden. But are you really sure about this, having us arrest you once this is all over? You might be able to get your case treated as just an accident. It's fine. Treat me the same as someone who used a curse stone to kill somebody. If anything, I should be thanking you for letting me go free until this is all over, so thanks, Chief. Bruh. If I was half, like, I'm very sorry to say this, but if I was half ghost, right? And I was like kind of involved with killing 2 people, like I wouldn't want to go to prison. Just whoa, you didn't say anything about bringing the police. Sorry, but we don't have time to care about what you have to say about us. What business do you have with this girl now that you've lost your curse stone? I'll tell you this for free. I have her curse stone already. Ugh. Let's just look around a second. I've seen those videos, Violet. They're pretty damn funny, I'm not gonna lie. Look for any stickers or anything like that. There you are. Mockingbird, let's have a look at this one. Crane stem. Don't know if I get that one. You know what I mean, you silly oaf. There's a lot of traffic around here and it's very noisy during the day. The amount of exhaust coming from cars is overwhelming. It's not healthy. No. Let's look at you. The chief makes some weird jokes sometimes, but it's still reassuring to have veteran policemen with us. Yutaro's visibly shaken. That must mean there's some reason he doesn't want the cops around. Yeah, I'm fucking bet. No, I don't think it... I mean, it might be a JoJo's reference, but I don't think it is. It's more of a just general delinquent thing. Like, it's like a Bancho, like, Yankee delinquent thing. I don't think it's specifically JoJo. But again, I don't know JoJo very well, so maybe. We should let them take care of this. Yeah, but I want to talk to you. I don't have any ill intentions. I wanted to tell you that I want to help if you intend to resurrect Michio Shiraishi. That was my intention from the beginning when I received my curse stone. And that's why I took your curse stone, man. Can't be too careful. Besides, what connection do you have to Michio Shiraishi? We met once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Uh-huh. Met once. I see. Well, I'm sure it must have been painful for you, but... Do you think bringing back the dead will erase the fact that you hit her with your car? What? I'm sure that I have no idea what you're talking about. Bullshit. Well, leave this to me, okay? Yeah, it's a sure thing, boss. If you don't know, I'll tell you, and you'll let me ask. And you'll let me ask you some questions in return. Ugh. Look, he looks serious, man. Did you just get your license recently? We found a van with bloodstains on it, you see. It's only a matter of time before we find who the owner is. What's that supposed to mean? Why don't you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with Michio Shiraishi? Not only that, you killed someone with your curse stone, didn't you? Stop, stay away from me. Damn it. Okay, I give up. It's all over for me. Afterwards, Yutaro Namigaka gave his confession. He admitted that he was behind the wheel of the van that hit Michio Shiraishi. He explained that he was speeding in order to impress a girl he had in the car with him. After hitting the schoolgirl, he drove away and planned to wash the car in secret and destroy the evidence. But he became nervous and went back to the scene of the crime at the urging of his passenger. When they returned to the scene, the female passenger went to check the victim alone while he sat panicking in the car. When she returned, she told him people were unlikely to assume a hit and run, as it looked similar to a suicide by jumping from height. Afterwards, the pair parted ways and Yutaro dumped the vehicle deep in the woods under the cover of night. The two of them decided to keep the accident a secret. The next morning, Miyo Shiraishi's body was discovered, and luckily for them, her death was ruled a suicide. However, a darkness lingered within his heart. From that day on, the schoolgirl appeared before him covered in blood, her limbs bent and broken to spite him in his dreams every night. Even when awake, he would see a phantom of her corpse in the dark moaning and cursing him at all times. She's imagining like a really British ghost now. Like, the ghost just appears to like haunt somebody and just calls them a fucking twat and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like really, really unghost-like. Troubled by the constant hallucinations, it was only a number of days before he suffered a nervous breakdown. He couldn't bear hiding what he'd done anymore and planned to turn himself in, but was stopped by the passenger from that night. It was then that he first heard rumors of the right of resurrection. He thought that if he could resurrect the schoolgirl, that it would be like the accident never happened. And with that, the darkness enshrouding his heart could be dissipated. From then on, he searched the areas associated with the 7 mysteries of Honjo every night. And he received the curse of the foot-washing mansion as a result. I see. That's right. I'm not a bad man. I wanted to turn myself in. It was that girl who tempted me. Okay, calm down. Now listen, son. You're under arrest. If you don't think you've done anything wrong, what would these girls think if they saw you run over that poor girl? There's something I want to know. Do you know anything about a talisman that Michio said she had? Michio should have had on her at the time of the accident. Talisman? What are you talking about? So you don't know anything? In that case, what about the woman who was with you? Can you ask her? Oh, that's right. Everything is her fault in first place. Yeah, sure. Blame everyone else. I'm being sarcastic if that wasn't apparent enough. Well, that may not be exactly wrong. Just riding passenger in a car involved in an involuntary vehicle manslaughter isn't a crime in of itself. But according to your statement, she neglected her duty to seek aid and instigated you to neglect your duty to report the accident. And if she took an article from the scene, she'd also be charged with theft. Can you tell me who she is? You have no intent of hiding anything anymore, do you? Yeah, that's right. It's her fault. Do what you want with her. It's time for her to face what she's done. Her name is Ayame Tono. She's an art student. I fucking knew it! What? An art student named Ayame Tono? Whoa. Are you absolutely sure of that? What point would there be in lying to you now? What? Do you know her or something? She may look nice, but she's rotten on the inside. I'd like to meet the parents who raised someone like that. Shut up. No way, is it his daughter? What's wrong, Inspector Suzumi? You're drenched in... It's his own daughter! No, wait! Damn it, why? How could this happen? Listen up, I'm taking this one with me down to the station for more questioning. You two go after the record of Fate's Yin Scroll, got that? Okay, we will. Come with me. Whoa. Let's get going. Yeah. Holy shit. Bruh, that's a fucking twist that I never saw coming. Oh my god. I was... That one, I never saw that shit coming. Oh my god. Okay, we're at 7 hours, right? I want to keep going, but like... Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I want to keep going, but I don't know how much more there's left. Oh no, chat. What should we do, chat? Just one more, but there's at least 2. No, there's at least 3, in fact. I think I should stop. Come with me if you want to live. Oh my god. Oh my god, let's end on that twisty twist. I don't want to, but damn, this game is good. This game is so fucking good. We got so much work done today. Where were we? We were like down here or something, I think. We got all this done. That is a lot. I feel like there's a lot left. Oh, holy shit. Turo, thank you. On a twist, how dare. I'm super enjoying it. This game is friggin' magnificent. I cannot praise it enough. Let me just say, right? If you like Japanese occult stuff, if you like murder mysteries and drama, investigations, and... Oh, it's so good. So good. It's one of the better VNs I've played. Honestly.